the PowerPoint button on the bottom, and then you can switch to your slide. Okay, that's going to push how much time we have for each. Is that okay? Okay. Still got about 4.5 minutes per one, so you're good. At 12:10. Or in like 8 minutes and 15 seconds. Yep. You got this. Adrian's not here yet. They're going to be on the lookout. Listen. Okay.
Welcome. Welcome to First Thursdays. We appreciate you being here today. And you know it's not First Thursday, but we had July 4th on First Thursday, so hope everybody had a good celebration. So thank you for being here. Again, if this is your first time coming to First Thursdays, we meet generally the first Thursday of every month here at TCC, Center for Creativity. We appreciate TCC's partnership in this, and we have different guest speakers. And I do want to announce, unfortunately, our guest speaker had to cancel today due to a health in the family and an issue. So we do wish her and her family well, and we'll be thinking about her. But so we're going to kind of do this on the fly, and I'm going to be calling on several experts in the room to help out today because there's a lot of you. And really today the goal is how do we live a little greener at home? And what are some of those tips? And all of you have some tips, and at some point we'll pass the mic if there's something you're wanting to share. So we're going to be a little different today, and I will say in about the decade that we've been doing First Thursdays, we've canceled once for an ice storm, and this is the first time we've had a speaker that had to cancel, so not a bad track record for this. And thankfully, today's topic is something you already have and can share with each other. So appreciate you being here and your eagerness to learn about this, because there's always something else we can do. Again, I want to thank PSO as our lead sponsor for First Thursdays. Thank you so much, Carrie, for that. And also want to thank Covanta, TCC, Center for Creativity, PSO Wind Choice, Grog's Green Barn, One Oak, and Save Our Streams for their sponsorship of this program. Let's give them a round of applause. We literally couldn't continue the program without their support. And if you would like to be a part of that and supporting these programs monthly, we'd love to visit with you about it. It's a great way to let people know that it's on your mind every month to support sustainable practices in our community. So I also want to thank board members that are here today. I see James Williams, and there we go, Carrie Rowland, and Mike Lemus, and I think I saw, and Richard Cox. Let's thank them for their leadership. It's an awesome board. Who's here? Erin, I thought I saw her come and go. So, but okay. Erin, thank you for coming, and we wish you could stay. Okay, so our next First Thursday will be in this room, and it will be the first Thursday. It'll be August 1st, and we'll be hearing from Daniel Thrasher. We'll be here talking about communities and cooperatives, and he'll be talking about solar and battery storage. It should be very interesting. They've been working on this there in Stillwater, and he's going to be sharing some of the results and what they're finding. So I'm really eager to hear what they have to say about what they're finding there. Next, also just wanted to remind you, we have Recharge coming up. It's our big fundraiser. It'll be September 21st. We'll be at Cane's. It'll be all about sustainability. If you came last year, there's going to be double the food. There's going to be double the fun. We really hope that you'll join us. You can look on our website, sustainabletulsainc.org, and buy tickets. Or if you want to be a sponsor, we'd love to have new sponsors to help support our initiatives in this community, which is Scorecard and First Thursdays and all of our programming that we want to do next year to bring to you. So let us know if you're interested in that. So anyway, our speaker did have to cancel. It was Marla Essos Close. She is a certified green living coach, and she was very sorry to not be able to be here. She was really excited to be able to present to us. She's out of the Oklahoma City area. But we'll share some stuff on Facebook, how you can find her. She has some podcasts that you can kind of follow her. She has a book. I think we have a copy at the sign-in table if you want to take a look. She also hosts Green Gab, a podcast, and Everyday Green Home. So she has a couple different ways that you can kind of connect with her if you were really hoping to meet her today. I know she was very disappointed not to see you. But so here's what we're going to do today. We have about 8 topics that are important to green home living, and I'm going to call upon a couple of our experts to come to the front and share some expertise with you. And then at the end, we're going to pass the mic, and we'd love to hear if you have another opportunity to share what you do at home or something that has been a new project you're working on. So let's get started here. All right. So, and thank you to all those that are willing to come up here and help out today. Okay, so our first topic is indoor air quality, and we really want to talk about filters and low or no VOC organic compounds that off-gas and some of those challenges in our homes. So changing filters is a big, important thing to making sure indoor air quality is at the level we want, and we may not even realize our headaches are around some of those indoor air quality issues. And so I want to call Guy DeVergis, when I call you to the front, please introduce yourself, say the name of your company, and Guy's just going to share a couple comments about, maybe a minute or so, about the importance of changing filters and some of the other indoor air quality issues we might want to consider. He does this for a living, so he probably has way more than he could share in a couple minutes. So thank you, Guy.
Hi, I'm Guy DeVergis, and I have a company called DeVergis & Associates Environmental Consulting, and we do lots of energy efficiency things for homes and businesses and churches and schools. But I'm a big proponent of good air filtration in homes. So, the air filter that you have in your house that's typically in your furnace, it's an inch thick, and you only replace it when something bad has happened. The air conditioning person comes and says your system's not working because you haven't changed your filter, or it's kind of like it's not thought of much in the house. But we install, and you can buy online easily now, 5-inch thick air filters that will go up into your return air ductwork typically, which have much less back pressure. They allow the air to flow through very easily, and it can be both improve air quality as well as increase energy efficiency for your unit, because the faster your air system can exchange the air in your room, the faster it's going to cool down, the less energy that you're going to use. And they're called grill filters. And as long as you have room in your return air to put them in, they're about this deep. And then once we put them in, then when we tape them in place with blue painter's tape so that all the air goes through the filter as opposed to going around and bypassing, which is real common in air filters. And those can be found, there's lots of companies that sell them, and you just have to analyze your air conditioning system to see if you have room for them. But if you don't, then you just need to replace your air filters in your furnace often, every 3 months. And a lot of people will buy, they're called Filtrete, and unfortunately they have a tremendous back pressure. So air doesn't flow through them very quickly, and if you don't replace them often, they will end up causing damage to your heat and air system. So I don't really recommend those. If you can't have good air filters, you should just have free-flowing air filters, and those can be purchased at Home Depot and Lowe's and online, and buy a box of them and replace them frequently, because it really will pay off. And VOCs in the home is a real problem these days, because most of the products that we buy, carpets, furniture, all are made out of plastic, and the plastics give off volatile organic chemicals as they decay, and those will go into the environment in your home and they just stay there. And we do evaluations, and I have a funny story that, and wave to me when my time is up, but we were going to a house in South Tulsa where the family was having all kinds of odors in the home, and their kids were sick, and they didn't know what was wrong, and we went in and did some testing, and it was VOCs in the house. And the house, I said, the first thing you need to do is open your doors and windows. And the homeowners looked at me like I was crazy. Why would we do that? We turn the air conditioning from heat to air, and that takes care of everything, right? So, when you buy new furniture, you buy new carpets, if you don't have time to evaluate to see if they're really VOC friendly or not, you can just set them outside in your garage for a couple of days in the heat, and that will drive off a lot of the VOCs before you bring it into your house. And open your windows. When the weather is nice, open your windows. Have windows that function. I know most people don't ever open their windows anymore, and it's, we don't always, we have, 2 weeks in the spring and a few weeks in the fall, but take advantage of that. And thank you. Oh, can I make one quick plug? Divergence & Associates is making an energy efficiency building that's going to be open to the public, and we just started last week, and you can actually stay in this building and to experience all the different products and services that we do, and you can see high efficiency air conditioning and water harvesting and solar panels and all that stuff. So if you're interested, you can follow us on Facebook and Nextdoor, and you can learn more about it.
Guy, when you're ready to advertise that, we'll post it out on Facebook so people can find you on that. That's really exciting. Thank you so much, Guy. And we do also have some other booths that we're going to pass the mic here at the end that have all kinds of things about no VOCs when it comes to products in our home and painting and things like that. So lots of different things. And really, when you buy something and you open it up and it smells bad, well, that's the VOCs. So if you've already brought it home and you can't return it or things like that, take it outside, let it off gas. If Terrell Hoagland was here, he'd scare us all about VOCs. If you know Terrell, you're giggling, you know that. But he talks a lot about cars, that new car smell, and that's the VOCs. That's what is killing us, or hopefully not. But anyway, that's where you want to off-gas that, open your windows and things like that. So, and we have somebody that is from South Korea and doing some other kinds of research on hazardous waste. So anyway, this is important, and give a wave there. We're glad to have you here. Just wave. Let's welcome her here. Okay. She's here in Tulsa. So anyway, it's an important issue. And as we've gotten so good about making our houses more efficient, we're closing that in, and now we've got to figure out how to kind of deal with that and be more thoughtful. And I know when it comes to some of these products, you can just pick the ones that are no VOCs. So, okay, so the next topic that we want to cover here is reduce, reuse, recycle, and rethink. So we have lots of experts here. Graham's going to talk a little bit about it. We'll also have from the city of Tulsa, tulsarecycles.com. But this should be one of the easiest things, but it often can be one of the hardest things when it comes to getting a group of people together. It's changing behavior, it's thinking about it, and really trying to think about how to cut back on waste. So Graham, give us an update on recycling here, and then we'll also hear from Tulsa Recycles.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. All right. Okay. Well, I'm the director of the Metropolitan Environmental Trust here in Tulsa and the whole metropolitan area. So if you have any questions, you can contact us. But I'll be real brief because I'm going to scoot out of here with the scooter that's pending at the moment. So I have a board meeting. But anyway, as far as I'll kind of hit more reduce and reuse because Leah Beam, is it Leah Beam that's going to talk? Okay, Leah Beam will hit the recycling, especially if you're in Tulsa, because most people live in Tulsa. Is that correct? Who lives in Tulsa? Okay, wow. Okay, so this is Leah Beam's turf right here. So he'll hit that. But as far as reduce and reuse, you bring a lot of garbage in, you're going to have to put a lot of garbage out. Garbage in, garbage out. And when I say garbage, all I know is how many have a cluttered place they live that's cluttered? Anybody? Okay, cluttered. Okay, one way to reduce that is move a lot, and but that's I didn't do that. I spent 25 years in one place, but yeah, we are such a materialistic society. You always think, oh, I need this, so I've got to go buy it. Well, maybe you don't. Maybe you can figure it out at your house or your place where you live, or maybe your neighbor has it. Or maybe your friend has it. Yeah, what you got?
1 minute. Sorry.
Oh, 1 minute. Okay. So think before you buy, because what you tend to do is we keep bringing stuff in the house, and eventually, or wherever you live, it's going to explode. Okay. So think before you buy, and I really love the idea of co-oping stuff. Not everybody has to own a tractor. I mean, my gosh, really? You use it once a year, maybe if you live out in the country. Why do you need to own one? You don't, okay? You share a mower, you share some sort of lawn implement, whatever it is. Share it with folks. That's a really good way to reduce, okay? And then reusing things. Use your brain. Be creative. And so you can fashion things into other things. So just use your innovation that's naturally in your brain, and think before you buy, because that's where all the waste occurs, really, when you think about it, is you keep buying junk that you don't necessarily need. The thing they said about air quality, I've got that solved. I never buy new furniture. Well, I never buy furniture, I've got furniture that's 100 years old. Why the hell am I going to buy any new furniture? So I'm cheap, and I guarantee it's all outgassed, okay? So that works, okay? So that's the reduce and reuse, and I think Leah Beam will hit recycle. Thanks.
Thank you, Graham. Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? Sorry, I speak really fast. My name is Leah Bean. I work with the city of Tulsa, Tulsa Recycles. And like Graham already speak a bunch about reusing, reducing. Now, what is recycling, right? We need to know the difference between recycling and recycling. What is basically, recycling means stuff actually you can recycle, and recycling is the stuff you want to put into recycling, but it's not. like for example, right here in Tulsa, we had a big problem with plastic sacks. Why? Because when you put your plastic sacks in your blue recycling car, they get stuck in the machine making the separation. And I had this conversation one and again. But plastic is recycled, all the plastic is recycled. That is true, but that doesn't mean you can recycle here in the city. We need to remember that everything probably is recyclable, but you need to know where you're supposed to put it. Like in your blue recycling car, as you can see, actually, this cool banner is a new one we have. We try to focus in this campaign right now. Recycle this, not that. Easy way to remember the people what is okay to recycle, what is not okay to recycle. And let me tell you something. You don't see how many plastic sacks we find every week. It's crazy. And we find toys, coolers. Everything we had there is because we see every week. But you know, this is actually a slow process as educational process and cultural process. Thank you. We need to change that because recycling occasion can be difficult or can be easy. Depend what is your perspective. Is you little kids, is your family with little kids speaking about recycling at his life? When this little kid actually grow, it's okay, we know this is this, we know this is this, we know what to recycle, we know what not to recycle. But if we find more difficult with grown men or grown women and grown-ups, please, we find more difficult because they're more relating to change something like that. I'm doing this all my life. Why are you going to tell me how to do that? Entonces, I think it's a slow process to rethink. That is the reason the last part. And it's the time, right? Thank you, everyone. And if you have any questions, feel free to come.
Thank you so much. Yes, early adopters, we have a hard time unrecycling certain things. So then that's the rethink, like maybe don't buy that. And sometimes that's easier than other times, but find that one thing. This is No Plastic July. This is find that one thing that you want to really get rid of in your home. Do that survey, and once that becomes natural, pick another one. So we really have to get rid of those plastics in our waterways, and now they're saying it's also in the air. So, okay, next topic. Products and packaging. So kind of fits in the theme of reduce, reuse, recycle. I know recently my daughter did say, let's get rid of some things. And so we went around the home and kind of figured out what's one more thing we could get rid of. And so we're getting these lids that you can reuse and you put them over things. So we're cutting, and they're out of silicone, so we're cutting out the plastic. So we're excited about those. She's gone to box lotion and all kinds of things. There's so many different things you can do to really kind of survey, how do I get rid of that particular packaging challenge? And sometimes I'll pick products based on how much packaging they have. So tell them what you want by not buying their products. So Stacy Lee is going to come up and talk with us. She has started a local business, and I'm really excited to hear about her eco-friendly packaging that she's doing. She's going to talk about why that's important and some of the things that we can do, and kind of what kind of encouraged herself to do this work. So thank you.
Hi. I'm Stacy Lee, and I have actually two home-based businesses. I have an Etsy shop called Blue Marble Cards and More, and I just started in May a new website called doyoumind.life, which is intended for, it's a website for women, and it's intended to connect and inspire women so that they can be empowered to do the great things in the world that we can do. And underneath both of those businesses is a commitment to mindfulness, including being mindful of how we use our resources. And so when I opened my shop on Etsy 3 years ago, I was not able to actually open the shop and start promoting my products until I could find packaging that I could feel was within my integrity. And I shopped around quite a bit, and I was so happy to find a company out of Colorado called Eco Enclose that were able to work with someone who had a small business. They weren't producing thousands of boxes. They could make them the size I wanted, and they can even, I'll show you one of the boxes. They make a variety of products, including flat mailers. They make poly mailers, which are recycled. They're 100% recycled. So if we're going to recycle things, there has to be a market for where those things get reused. So at least that is reused plastic. and then they're able to do some really cool stuff with however you want to customize your packaging. And so what I wanted to do was create something that would make my customers more aware. And so I created a box that they can cut the lid off. They're encouraged to reuse that as a drawer organizer, and I even give them some instructions as to how they can reuse the tops of the boxes in other creative ways. In addition to that, you can stop by our booth and you can see how I take some of the products that we get at our house all the time. We're constantly getting magazines from National Geographic, and I take that along with the leftover frames from the mailing labels and turn them into these tiny little gift bags. And you can make gift bags out of any kind of paper you have in your house. And if you want to stop by our booth, I have a video, and I'll give you the link to the video so you can see how to go about doing that. And it all really started when I was a little girl. I was 10 years old. My mom and I started building a doll house. And we would go around the house and we would go through junk drawers, and she would pull out a toothpaste cap and say, "What can we do with this?" Well, it could be a lampshade, or we could do it this way. It could be maybe a wastebasket. And it was thinking from the time I was very, very young about how to use anything that's in my hands in a different way and not just throw it in the trash. We all have a responsibility to do that with our children, and to do it, just as Corey said, in the packaging that as we're looking at buying products, making sure that the packaging that we're buying is minimalist. Thank you all so much.
Yeah, they're beautiful little bags. Definitely go by and check those out. So next, thank you so much, Stacy. Next topic is energy efficiency. I'm going to invite Carrie Rowland and Tracy Harper to the mic here, and we're going to talk about energy efficiency and then also wind choice options. So there's so many things we can do, and Carrie's got some kind of quick to-dos for us. So let's welcome Carrie Rowland from PSO.
Well, thank you all. I just want to encourage everyone here. There's so many opportunities we have at PSO for your home, for your business. Tyson is here with Lighting Inc. I'd like to introduce Tyson. He's a big trade ally of ours. We can't run our program without Tyson. If you're looking to do a lighting retrofit for your business, please talk with him. But for your home, would like for you very much to take advantage of all of our opportunities for your home. I'm not sure if you're aware, if you've been out to Home Depot, Lowe's, Dollar Tree. If you look around the store, you'll see little PSO stickers, and we offer instant rebates on a number of items like LED light bulbs. LED light bulbs, changing out those incandescents, going from 100 watts to 9 watts, boom. What instant energy savings that can be for your home. A great way to save energy. We offer instant rebates for things like water coolers, washers, washing machines, heat pump water heaters, refrigerators, room air conditioners, advanced air strips. If you have a swimming pool, we can help pay for VFD on a swimming pool. Huge savings there. If you're looking to make an upgrade on your home, we offer rebates on insulation, caulking, single upgrade, multiple upgrade. I know on my home, I did a multiple upgrade. I got $5,000. I redid the ductwork, the furnace, the outdoor air conditioning unit, and let me tell you, every day in my house, it's a good hair day because I have no humidity in my house. And you talk about indoor air quality, instantly improves your indoor air quality. So opportunity there. Another opportunity, I don't know if you've seen the ads on TV, but we do have a program called Power Hours. And this is something that everyone can do if you have a thermostat. This costs very little. You can get a thermostat for your home. It is a Wi-Fi smart thermostat. You can get a rebate. You can get one for free. Or if you want to get an upgraded thermostat, you can get a $110 rebate. Now, for some of you who might think, I don't want PSO messing with my thermostat. Well, there's the additional benefit of when you are in your lazy boy watching your favorite baseball game, you can pick up your phone and go dun, 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 and change the temperature when you get uncomfortable. So there you go. We like to make our customers comfortable, and you can do it with Power Hours. So take a look at that program. There are many other opportunities that you can do in your home. There are little tips and tricks that you can do to save energy. I've got a list here at my booth if you want to come by and pick it up. So thanks a lot. Thank you, Corey, for giving me a chance to talk. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So lots of good tips and opportunities. I didn't know about the PSO stickers. I'm going to be looking for those. Tracy, do you want to come and just say a brief statement about if you once you become efficient and you want to make sure you're using wind power, how can we do that, Tracy? Welcome, Tracy.
Thank you. Thank you all. So I'm Tracy Harper. I manage PSO's Wind Choice program, and Wind Choice is completely voluntary for any of our PSO customers as long as you have a good payment history. You can sign up to get anywhere from 1 to 100% of your monthly usage as Wind Choice. Normally it just costs, it kind of depends on how much you sign up for, but it normally just costs a couple extra dollars a month depending on your usage, and that supports the Oklahoma wind industry. So all of the wind that we're purchasing that goes on our power grid comes from right here in Oklahoma. So you can go to psoklahoma.com/windchoice and sign up for that online. It's very easy, and I'll be over here if you have any questions.
I think we've been a Wind Choice member since they started, and it's nice to be a part of that, to be a part of helping that industry, and so I think it's a great opportunity to cut down on your carbon footprint. So, let's see. Next topic. Thank you so much, Tracy. We're going to go on to water conservation and non-point source pollution from our homes. So I'm going to invite Dustin up here to talk about from Save Our Streams. Really, there's a lot of pollution that runs off of our lawns and everything. And so he's going to share with you, they have this program. Actually, they were out at Drillers last night trying to kind of educate the community. So there's so many things we can do. And so he's going to share with us maybe the number one pollutant and what we can do to kind of be better stewards of the resources. So let's welcome Dustin. Thank you.
I was given 3 minutes and I said good luck. So, no, I'll keep it brief. You laugh, but I was being serious. No. So our department, real quickly, I want to kind of give you a really, really brief idea of what we do, and then if you would, come talk to me about it further. But we have a scientific monitoring team that goes out into our creeks and streams and are constantly taking water samples, checking on the fish, checking on the little bugs that live in the stream, and trying to get an idea of how healthy the streams are, but more importantly, what is causing the problems in our streams. And we have two things. One is sediment, but the other one is bacteria. And the bacteria that I want to focus on is E. coli. And two of the main sources that we find when we do our water samples and we get those tests back is one is pet waste, primarily dog. I mean, it's a multitude of animals, but primarily dog. And that simply comes from, some of it's wild dogs, of course, because dogs roam and do things. But in our yards or in the parks, our dogs go to the bathroom. And if we don't pick it up, when it rains, it's going to wash that bacteria right out of that dog waste down into a storm drain, and it goes directly to one of our creeks or streams. That's something that's very preventable. The other thing is actually human waste. So for those of you that are going to the bathroom in the parks, you need to stop. No, I'm just kidding. No, that would be, there's a lot of reasons you shouldn't do that. But no, forgive me. This is my sense of humor. I can't help it. Our septic systems. We have found that a lot of septic systems are working improperly or broken, and they're actually leaking into the ground and getting into our creeks and streams. So that's where the human waste is. So if you have a septic system, make sure to keep it up, have someone come out and look at it, make sure it's working properly, and that's really important. Two last things. I brought a rain barrel today. Water runoff is the primary source of taking pollutants into our creeks and streams. And so if you're collecting a lot of your rainwater, that's going to reduce the amount of runoff. It also will save your bill on water. You can water flowers, water plants, water your pet, give your pets water. A lot of fun things you can do. And you may not know this. I just think it's really cool when I found out 1 inch of rain on a 10 by 20 roof will give you 125 gallons of water. That's a lot of water. So imagine if we get a big rainstorm and you're collecting all of it from your entire roof, you could probably fill up 4 or 5 of those in one night. And think how long you could water your whole yard with that. One last thing, we talked about recycling. We have a household pollutant collection facility where we take household items like vehicle chemicals like oils, household chemicals like cleaners. For the longest time, we've taken oil paints, light bulbs, batteries. What we haven't taken is latex paint. Well, now we can recycle latex paint through our facility. So we all paint our rooms, we paint our houses. It's a great thing to check out. So stop by, grab one of these, and I guess that's it.
Thank you so much. A lot of great resources there, so definitely go by and see them. Okay, the next, also wanted to talk about water quality, and it kind of links into, we have Joan Krager. I'm going to invite her to come and talk about a couple things. We have, she's an advocate of using your own bottle, so that's that waste reduction there, also water quality, and but also she's a master gardener, and the next topic is on landscaping. So I'm going to have you stay up for a couple things. So she's going to talk a little bit about water quality, and then we're going to go on to landscaping. She's a master gardener. So welcome, Joan Krager.
I'm Joan Krager, and I wear several hats. My company, Wellness on Tap, started in 1991. I've sold multi-pure drinking water systems for 28 years, and I'm still doing it. And I became a master gardener in 2009. So if I'm going to say it over and over and over, and if you brought a plastic bottle in here, shame on you. Please, if you do anything, I totally believe in water filtration, but what we're doing with plastic bottles, and if you have one, please recycle it. But even better yet is filter your water, put it in a stainless steel container. Glass is actually better, but we all know what happens when you drop glass on concrete. So fill your bottle. I take this to work every single day, and I filter my water and take it with me. Then wash it once in a while. But the bottled water, if you've seen, and probably the one that always gets me is out in the Pacific Ocean, that great big swirling island of plastic just breaks my heart. So just stop. So in terms of water conservation, I've got 4 rain barrels at home. I can't recommend that more highly with all the rain we've had this spring. The other piece of that is if you happen to have a sprinkler system, I don't know how you all feel, but when I drive down the street and it's raining and flooding and somebody's I see heads nodding, sprinkler system is on. They make wonderful sensors, so if it's raining, your sprinkler system doesn't come on. And most of us probably didn't need to use the sprinkler system in the last 6 months, right? So the other piece is a master gardener in terms of conservation. It is so much better for your garden, for your lawn, to water deeply. So in English, if you're using just a little bit of water on a daily basis, you're telling the roots of your plants to grow very shallow. Well, you don't want that. If you think of the tallgrass prairie where you've got root systems that are 15 feet, it's because it doesn't rain very often. So the roots are literally going deeper and deeper into the water table. So you want to water more deeply, less often. The other one as a master gardener that I notice is the people that are watering at 6 o'clock at night. We've got so much humidity this year, and there's lots of disease processes that happen when it's humid. So you want to water really, really early in the morning so that you have the whole day for your lawn and the leaves of your plants to dry out. So you have less problems with various kinds of bacteria and fungus and so on. Okay, the other part, real quick, these guys, compost. I'm also a master composter. There is every year, we just got done, it sells out, a master composter class at the extension office on 15th Street. If you're not composting, then come visit Full Sun Composting and they'll do it for you. But the whole idea behind composting is if you put compost on your garden, the water retention goes sky high, because if you, in our wonderful clay soil, the water doesn't stay in your garden, it runs right off. If you put compost and you keep doing that year after year after year, you are going to save so much water.
And any other green living tips? Joan is a wealth of information, as you can tell. And she kind of touched on, thank you so much, Joan, she touched on landscaping and gardening and, buying those plants using perennials and making sure that low maintenance is going to be really helpful. I know other types of permaculture is a way to create those swells and different ways to capture the water, like compost and things like that. So anyway, there's lots of tips. I know Grog Green Barn, one of our sponsors, she has all kinds of great resources there and all kinds of classes if you're wanting to learn. Just due to time, we're going to kind of speed along here. Buying local foods. There's Cherry Street Farmers Market. There's Mother Road Market now has a lot of local foods that you can purchase there. You're probably aware of, even some family members or in the community where they sell eggs and all. The more and more that you can do, we cut down on those food miles or food is traveling, and they tend to use less toxins because it's good for this area. So buying locally is really important. Who's ever been to Cherry Street Farmers Market or a market near your home? Woo, woo, woo. Okay, keep it up. There's so many tasty foods there, and enjoy it. So, and I wanted to invite Dawn to come up for just a second on food waste, because they are at Cherry Street Farmers Market, and maybe just a minute, tell us why it's really important not to waste food, even though you want it and it's good for your business. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, thank you, everybody. I will be quick, I promise. So one of the big pieces of why it's important to avoid food waste is about a third of the food that is produced worldwide is wasted. So, and that's for human consumption. That's an astronomical amount. And let me just make sure I get my numbers right. That's about $940 billion worth of economic impact that we're losing. And just within the United States, that's about $1,600 per household of food that's just getting thrown away. So from a food waste perspective, we're just throwing things away. And if we throw it away and throw it in the landfill, we're not able to reuse those nutrients that are in the food, so we're not absorbing them in our body. If we are able to do something besides landscape or besides landfills, such as composting, we can collect those nutrients and actually put them back in the soil. So please compost, and compost at home. I'd love to talk to you about composting at home. Compost, come to the Cherry Street Farmers Market. We'll pick up your compost, any of your food waste for free every Saturday 9 to 11, or I'll come to your house every Friday and I will pick it up, or my sweet wife will pick it up. And you'll get an opportunity to see my sweet daughter. So thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So you have 3 options for composting. There's no way out, right? That's right. Okay. Okay. We've got one more section, and this is on transportation. So big thing is think about those trips. Combine them, make sure you're not think about where you're going and time them. That can help. Bicycling, walking, that's good. I know we don't have enough sidewalks for everybody to walk wherever they want to go in our communities. Demand those sidewalks. They're really important, not only for transportation reasons and food or miles that we transport ourselves, but also it's good for health. I know I heard an article yesterday about Mayor Barnett in Oklahoma City, where he wanted to get off that list of being the most obese city, and he was putting in sidewalks. So we need to do more of that in our communities here, so demand those. I also know we've got someone that can talk. Pat, do you want to come and tell us just briefly about the EV you've been driving for the past couple years and why electric vehicle and the value you have found from that? So Pat with Cherokee Nation is here to tell us a little bit about that. Let's welcome Pat.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay.
No, I really don't want to come up and discuss that, but I guess I will. My name's Pat Gwynn. I work for the Cherokee Nation, and I'm an EV guy, but not because I'm an engineer. And I'm an EV guy. I'm not an engineer, but I'm also not a Birkenstock and tie-dye guy. I'm an EV guy for a completely different reason, which I won't go into. But the time for the EV has came, and I just want to say kind of four things. I said I've been working in this business for 5 years, and I want you to know that the dealerships are against you. We've tried to work with some dealerships, and out of 10 dealerships, we may have one that work with us. Dealerships do not want to sell EVs. I'm not going to go into the reason why, but if you think that dealerships are looking out after your wallet, think again. So I would like to, if you want to talk about some dealerships that will work with you and give you exceedingly large discounts on that, I will. The other thing that I would like to say is that I became an actual EV adopter, I guess, about 3 years ago, and I've been driving EV almost exclusively since then. And there's another reason why we don't adopt EVs is right in between our heads. And since I work in trying to get EV adoption done on a mainstream basis, I hear all the reasons. And all of the reasons are for the most kind of BS. They're bunko. And if you think that the EVs don't offer the range, just simply record your mileage at the beginning and the end of each trip you do for a month. And you're going to find out that EVs are well within the range. As I said, I've been driving. Another really good way to get EV adoption is get your workplace to install charging. It's exceedingly inexpensive. You can get 2 really high-quality chargers installed for about $2,500, and that's going to charge your car from empty in generally less than 4 hours if you're driving one of the non-Tesla models. And then this is my instance. I said I'm not a Birkenstock and tie-dye guy, but so I have a BMW i3 and I have a Porsche twin-turbo V6. I'm a car guy, very interested in cars. The Porsche V6, between the wife and I, it's almost a year old and it has 2,000 miles on it because we won't drive it. We drive the EV because nobody wants to stop and get gas anymore. So we have limited time here, but the Cherokee Nation does have some special discounts for folks wanting to adopt EVs. If you want to see, I'm not going to get into an advertisement here in front of you guys, but I'll be here afterwards and I'll be more than happy to talk to you. Can I do a very quick joke? Please, it's a very quick anecdote. It's really cool. I have a white EV. It's a little BMW i3, and I'm a car guy. So from the early 70s, BMW and Texaco had a very unique striping scheme. It's not used anymore. It hasn't been used in 30, 40 years. Well, that striping scheme, I thought it would be cool if I put that on my BMW. It's somewhat, I guess it resembles a very colorful flag used by the LGBTQ community. Well, I don't know the acronyms. So I put that on my car, not knowing this. Remember, I'm old, I'm not very hip. So I have this white car with this multicolored stripe going on inside, and I always get these uniquely looking people coming by and giving me thumbs up and honking, and then the cowboys going by and telling me I'm number one with their middle finger. So last night, but I'm also a farmer rancher. So last night I've got my little car with my stripe on it, and I have to fill up a 5-gallon can of diesel. Guy's taking forever in front of me. He's pulling a trailer with a tractor on it. We finally pull into the Quick Trip. Man, I zip around him and I go through in between the pumps, and I get in the only diesel pump there in my multi-striped colored car. He was livid that I pulled in front of him. So I just thought that was funny because he just sat there and griped and griped and griped because but it's a BMW racing stripe. So.
Okay, we're going to, thank you so much. We're going to pass the mic around and tell us in about 30 seconds or so why you do what you do, and hopefully you'll come and visit with them. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Tana Van Cleve, and our company is Vancrete Decorative Concrete. We've been doing decorative concrete in Tulsa for 17, 18 years now. Stopped using solvent-based sealers and other products and the acid stains early on because of the toxicity, not just for us, but for the people we were putting them in. Because our business is related a lot to construction and to weather, we started looking for another flooring product to use as a filler during the winter months for second stories where we couldn't do our concrete application, or for crawl space homes. Our distributors who we work with suggested LVT, luxury vinyl tile. That's the rage. That's what you need to put in. So I said, well, I'm going to put it upstairs, and I'm going to live on it and see what it does. Well, when I started researching what was in that stuff, no. I have a 20-year-old daughter that's living upstairs. Endocrine disruptor kind of scared me. And so we found a line of flooring products that is actually what was originally called linoleum, which is all natural ingredients and completely recyclable. It'll decompose in a landfill. It's gorgeous. It's made over in Europe, so there is some transportation stuff, but we hope that you'll take a look at this stuff. When you hear linoleum, you think about vinyl. And what happened was vinyl developed these plastic floors, and they copped the name linoleum. The linoleum was a popular product that started in the late 1800s on the Titanic. So thank you. Hope you check this out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Again, my name is Dustin Jaggers with the City of Tulsa Stormwater Quality. Our education program is Save Our Streams. I'm just going to tell you what I do. I go around to schools, businesses, organizations, neighborhood associations, anything you can think of, and try to help them better understand how they can impact pollution in our creeks and streams, or reduce impact on pollution in our creeks and streams. So if you're a teacher or a business owner or think you might be more interested, come talk to me, and we'll find out ways that I can come see you.
Great. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Josh. I work with Labeem over here with Tulsa Recycles. We kind of do the same thing that Dustin does. We go around educating the public and schools and whatnot. We have some cool takeaways here. And if you want to get our business cards or something like that so we can come to your school or company or anything like that to do a presentation, we'd be more than happy to. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Stacy Lee, and you've already heard from me. But part of what I'm trying to do with DoYouMind.life is connecting with especially with other women who have businesses, so that I can help promote their products. Some of the things I have on the table here are other women's businesses, but also in our membership boxes, I'm really looking for eco-friendly types of things that I can connect people with, like the metal straws, small things that will be able to go in our membership boxes. So if you have ideas for those, of things that I could help to promote and also to purchase and resell to my customers, then I would love to talk with you and connect and promote your business as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Marvin Kruger, and I work with a company called Melaleuca. And I've been doing this for probably about 28 years now. And Melaleuca is a wellness company, and we do a lot of things to promote non-toxic products, because every product that we have has to be safe. It cannot risk damaging our health in any way. It's got to be effective. It's got to do the job really well. It's got to be eco-friendly, which means it's not harmful to the environment, and biodegradable, as well as being concentrated in order to reduce waste. And it's got to be affordable. It's got to be a good value. So we do this because we want to produce effective products that are exceptional products at reasonable prices. And we sell direct to individuals. And we have products that really work and are very effective and work with the environment. And we've saved a lot of plastic, a lot of fuel, a lot of other things over the years, because we now have some products that are 9 times concentrated, not 2, so you're not buying water. Melaleuca, the wellness company.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Shay Carnish. I am the resale manager for Natural Evolution. We're an electronics recycling company here in Tulsa. We've been in business about 17 years or so. And we are e-Steward certified, meaning that all of the electronics that are brought to us, none of it ends up going in a landfill, none of it ends up going overseas at all, ever. I know a lot of you, like me, even though I work there, has a pile of electronics just sitting in a closet or some wires that you're like, I don't want to throw these away, but I don't know what to do with them. Please come talk to me. I can answer all your questions, and we take care of all of that. So thanks.
Thank you so much.
Hi, everybody. My name is Apples, and I'm not technically representing a business. I'm just really passionate about doing away with our obsession with green cement, which is our lawns here in America. And so I have this lovely little trifold talking about different ways to be sustainable, be it the more traditional lawn with grass, or if you want to go second wave resistance and get some flowers and alternative greens in there, or if you really want to irritate your HOA and turn your entire yard into a food garden. So I've got a post about that, and then I'd also like to plug Type Roast, the Tulsa Young Professionals, which is a organization here in Type Roast, which is part of the Chamber of Commerce. There are 7 different groups, so it's arts and entertainment, business development, diversity, government relations, leadership and service, sustainability, and urbanists. And I'm obviously in the sustainability crew, and we have all sorts of different events that we do throughout the month. And it would be really fun to have everybody come out and check out different crews and find out where you can help make Tulsa awesome, because that's kind of the point of Type Roast, is to attract and retain young talent here in Type Roast by making, or here in Tulsa, by making Tulsa super awesome. So thank you.
Apple, what's your next, do you know what your next event is, Apple, for the sustainability crew? Oxley? Okay, hike out at Oxley. And you can find it on Facebook, I think. You have those. So do a lot of great outings. Okay, thank you. All right.
All right, hi, I'm Don Mallory again with Full Sun Composting. 30 seconds, everybody should compost, either in your backyard, bring your food waste to the farmer's market, or for 20 bucks a month, I'll come to your house and pick it up for you and turn it into dirt.
All right. And then you sell the dirt, right?
We do sell the dirt. However, if you're a client of ours, we give you free dirt too.
Okay.
So
All
it's a win-win.
Great. I'm Joan Krager, and this display is about multi-pure drinking water systems. Talk about sustainable. Each of these canisters that goes under your sink has a lifetime warranty. So my greatest joy is to have people call and say, I've had my system for 27 years. You sold it to me at a home and garden show. So you change the filter out once a year for all of 70 bucks. So in this heat, the last part is my company's name is Wellness on Tap. 8 glasses of water, not beer, not wine, not coffee, not tea, not lemonade, not Coke. You need 8 glasses of water to stay hydrated. So you might as well drink the cleanest water, because over 60% of our bodies are water.
Thank you, Joan.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jane Halliwell, and my company is Prime Painting and Restoration Company. And no, absolutely no VOCs in our houses when we paint them at all. I recycle so many things, it's crazy. Just really want you all to know that we are the historic window restoration people. If you have an older home, we completely make them like new. And honestly, old windows are more efficient than the ones that are new that you buy if they're done properly. And also we do carpeting, and the carpeting also has no VOCs. there we are. Please give me a call. For those of you who I have not given a card to, I'll be at the door and I'll just give you a card as you zoom on through. All the men who've worked for me have worked for me for at least 15 years. I've been doing it 29 years. And welcome, Prime Painting and Restoration. I thought Prime Painting was clever. That's where the name came from. Okay, thanks. I'm
Thank
Jamie.
you.
Power forward with PSO.com.
Okay, you guys have already heard from me, but aside from PSO's WIN program, I'm here as an individual today sharing my homemade laundry soap recipe. So a few years ago, my husband and I just wanted to start living without chemicals or artificial fragrances in our house. And so we started using a lot of essential oils. So I have my recipe over here. It's a good way to increase your green living and cut chemicals from your home. And also, it's actually cheaper than buying laundry soap at the store. And then I also, if you haven't seen wool dryer bowls, I would love to talk to you guys about these. It's a good way to scent your laundry, get rid of static. They work as a natural fabric softener without all the chemicals and artificial fragrances that are in dryer sheets. So, thank you.
Thank you. Did you want to talk about yours? Did you want to talk about your thing?
Yes. Hi, I'm Megan. Thank you guys for staying a little bit longer today. We really appreciate it. I know our program shifted really quick. Corey, thank you. Everybody give Corey a round of applause for...
Actually, it's Megan you need to thank. She, on the fly, we've been working on this. So good job, Megan, for helping to shift, and the whole team. I want to thank my whole team.
The favorite part of the afternoon is always getting free stuff, right? So we're going to do 4 drawings, excuse me. Even though Marla wasn't here, she still has her drawing giveaways. So she has a bag of green products that she'll be sending to you because they did not make it to Tulsa yet. So if you do win, I just need to get your address so that we can make sure that they get to you within the next week. And then the other giveaway from her is her book, so Living Green Effortlessly. And then from Grog's Green Barn, they just harvested their honey this week. I know. So we've got these really cute little honey jars. So we've got one for each drawing that we're going to do. So I've mixed these up, and Corey is going to pull one out at a time.
They're stuck together. It's Lori.
Lori Medic. Yay!
Come on down. What does she pick?
Which one do you want?
Okay.
You want honey? Green bag. Okay, perfect. Green bag for Lori.
Okay. The next one is
Jared Wolf. Are you here, Jared?
Jared. Oh, Spirit.
Spirit. Oh, they left. Okay.
Okay.
So
All right.
I do know how to get it. Okay. So we're gonna give Jared what you guys don't get.
Oh,
Shh. Okay.
I think this is Christy Lawson.
Christy Lawson. Yay! So we have the book or honey?
I think I'll take the book.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, he left.
Okay. You want to just do 2 and then say?
Okay.
James Williams, come on down. You won honey.
Because you're so sweet, James.
Look at the little bee on the top. He's going to be our Elvis impersonator at Recharge. Thank you.
Okay. I don't know if she's still here, but
I'm really bad at jokes, so I apologize.
I don't know if she's still here.
Sally Broadway, yay!
Oh, she is? Okay, great. Okay.
You got honey!
And plant trees, right? Up with trees. Okay.
Plant trees.
Thank you all so much. Is that
That's
all?
it.
Okay. Thank you so much for sticking around a little bit longer. Please visit all the people that came to share with you how to live a little greener. Make a pledge to do that. And when we come back next year to do this program, we want to hear what you did. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of the day.